Hi everyone, this is Deepa Patani. I'm your Allen pharmacist with Allen Pharmacy and Wellness at Stacy and Waters, 945 West Stacy Road, Suite 110 in Allen, Texas 75013. As promised, here's our second video today, and today we're talking about how to deal and cope with the stress, the anxiety, the uncertainty, the fear that has come on because of this new situation that we're all trying to get used to, or trying to find our way around and how to navigate this new situation that we've all been thrown into with the COVID-19 crisis right now. And so that's what we're going to talk about today. We've had a lot of patients, and I think it's, maybe it's a combination of going stir crazy, being at home, the inability to see our friends, our family, like we're used to, and so it can cause a lot of uncertainty. We don't know. We're seeing so many different things on the media, and we don't know how much of it is true. What parts are rumors? Someone might tell us something else, and it's just a lot of gray area there, and you don't know what is true, what's not true, and it's causing a lot of stress, fear, anxiety among people. So I thought I'd take a few minutes here today and just kind of go over what are some ways that you can deal with that personally in your home, and how you can help your loved ones and your family members. So one of the things that I feel is we all need to take a break from social media and just constantly reading and finding out about what's going on a minute by minute basis. And I don't think that any of us are away from this, right? Because I think that I myself had gotten caught up into it a little, because people ask me questions all day long. So I felt like I need to have those answers. And then, so you read so much about it, and all that created was a lot of stress and anxiety. And especially because we have to be open every day, we have to be there for our patients. And so you never know who you're coming in contact with. And so even I wasn't like away from that. So I'm included in this myself too. So I know that it's not something that, I know it's something that everybody is feeling these days. So I think a lot of it is to just take a break, take a deep breath, take a breath, just step away from social media and trying to find out what is happening every single day, minute by minute with the situation. Just take a break from it for a day, 2 days, a week, doesn't matter. Just walk away for a little bit. So that's the first thing that I would recommend. The next thing is, a lot of times we are scared because we don't know how to tackle things. So maybe make a small list, of what are your fears. A lot of times we just build up so many things in our mind that the whole thing looks like a very big mountain to cross. So if you kind of broke that down into some fears that you are really legitimately afraid of, then we can tackle those, right? And then it doesn't look like it's a big problem anymore. How do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time, right? So write down what some of your fears might be. It could be, oh, what am I going to do if I wind up getting COVID myself, right? So you might want to make a plan for that. Okay, well, if that's my biggest fear, what am I going to do if I get COVID? Where am I going to isolate myself? Is there a room in the house that we can use for that? Do I have other family members with me in the house that I will need to stay away from and isolate myself from? How is that going to work? Create a small plan, with the people that you live with and with the people that might be around you. So that'll help handle some of that anxiety of what you would do in case that happened. If you are living by yourself, then yes, you don't have to worry about the isolation part, but you might still be worried about, well, how am I going to get my essential things for 2 weeks? And how am I going to, get by for the next 2 weeks? Or who's going to check in on me, and make sure that if I need to go into the hospital, who's going to do all those things for me? So that is a very legitimate concern. And so, I would urge you to reach out to, some of your neighbors and make sure, if you're living by yourself, or, then just reach out, have a plan that, okay, well, I'm going to take my temperature every day, or, twice a day. And, if something goes off, or if my cough is getting worse, or whatever it might be, then I would reach out to so-and-so family member, or, Ms. Jones across the street, or whoever that person might be for you, figure out who that person might be, and have a plan that, yes, they can drop off groceries for me at my doorstep, or they can check in on me, and who can I call? Of course, you can, if you're by yourself, then that makes a very, it's a scary situation to be in. But if you have a few plans put together, then it can definitely help you along the way. So I feel like it helps to have, a few things you can jot down that you may be afraid of that might happen, and then see how we can address those. And when you do that, you'll see that your stress level, now that you have some kind of plan, you have a few steps that you would take, it will, help to alleviate some of that anxiety. The next thing I say is always have a routine. Even though we're not doing things the way we were before, still continue to stick with your current routine that you had. If you woke up at a certain time, try to do the same thing. Take the time for yourself to exercise or meditate, and do those things that you were always doing. There will be a few things that if let's say your job was to go out and meet everybody, well, of course now you can't do that. So, but is there a way that you can still continue to be in touch with those people without meeting them physically? Is there a way that you can call them, or have a Zoom meeting, or have a way to socially connect on social media, or, maybe write a letter like we used to, just find a way to connect with those people, or just do the things that you were always doing before, and see how many of those you can still continue. Now, if you still have some gaps in time, and you find yourself with a lot of time on your hands, then look for some hobbies that you can use. And was there something you always wanted to try but never had the time to do? Well, this is a great time to do that, and to take time for yourself, self-care, do things that make you happy. And if if you're young and healthy, then try to reach out to other, members in your community who may need help. Like maybe, just being helpful to somebody else can help take some of that focus off ourselves sometimes. And, we just become busy with doing something to help other people. And I'm seeing so many of those things now, it's so wonderful to see how people have come together, and they're making masks for people, and they're, just providing services, just volunteering to, bring meds home for their, we've had people reach out to us too, and, hey, we're healthy, we can go out. If any of your patients need to bring their meds home, we're happy to help you volunteer. So it's just really nice to see those things. When we take the focus off of ourselves for a little bit, it also helps to alleviate some of that anxiety. So those are a few things. Prayer is a huge thing. When you don't know what else to do, and you can't control any of the situations, and you can't control everything, being grateful for what you have, and praying. it just it's just helps you so much at those times, and so I would never, that's, I think, one of the biggest things that gets me through the day, just to pray for things that are not in my control. So it's very easy to the uncertainty and the fear, and not knowing where everything is going to go, and allow yourself that time, it's okay to feel the feelings that you're feeling. Some days are good, and then next day you might hear someone tested positive or is not doing well. And we're all going to be coming through these moments. We're all going to know somebody who got hurt by this, or who didn't survive, or is surviving, or is fighting for that. We're all going to come through those moments, and so it's okay to feel those feelings. Say a little prayer, do what you can. You want to be there to help them, but you can't always. And so be gentle with yourself. Allow yourself to feel that, and take it gracefully, and do what you can to help and be helpful. And if you ever need us, you can always call us. We're always available at 972-372-9775. This is the time for our community to come together and do what we do best. That's what we do as Americans, right? And Texans. So that's what we do. We come together and we take care of things. And this too shall pass. So I hope you guys got some valuable points out of here, and always call us if you need anything. Thank you. I'll see you next week.